So I found myself in a place where I was like, until I figure out what to do, maybe I should settle down and have my babies and everything. So in 2019, I just decided, you know what, it's time to start my family. I felt it was the right time, and I was looking forward to becoming a mom. And I was blessed to become, pregnant so fast. And my journey was smooth. I was enjoying my first time thing. As a first time mom, you've got great expectations. You go for shopping. I was doing my thing. I was really enjoying the journey, going for the antenatal visits and all, until about 9 months thereabout is when I was being told, hey, the baby is not turning. But it's nothing unusual, nothing to alarm me, because it's something that happens. Baby is always in breech. But it would just mean a C-section for you. So I said, okay, sawa. And so what happened is, because I was seeing a private doctor, I'm like, so how much is this thing? Now that, under the private package, and it was over the roof. So I was like, hey, let me look for a hospital that I can enter into a maternity package. And I found one, and I started my visits there. And that's the point where they told me, if you're going to give birth under CS, then you can't wait until the baby's full term. The baby will need to come a bit earlier. So I was like, okay, let's schedule for, I was undecided. Okay, now when do I schedule for this? So let me go talk to my partner. I'll get back on a date. Now, on Friday, it was a Friday, I remember, and I decided, okay, let me call the doctor. And I finally decided, I think the stars will be aligned on this day. It will be next week on Tuesday. So I couldn't get the doctor on phone. Literally, I called the entire hospital. I don't know why I did not take his number directly, but I knew, how can a hospital miss his number? Nobody had his number. And they're like, now, if you want to see this doctor, come on Monday, because he's at the clinic. I said, fine, that's in order. And I was like, hey, since this baby is coming next week, hey, let me go do my nails, prepare for my baby who's coming. That Friday, I went into labor. Yeah, I went into labor, and I'm panicking because I knew the baby is in breech position, which basically means she's seated in my stomach. And I'm like, hey, this is not good. And by the time I got to hospital, they're like, hey, you're 7 centimeters dilated. I'm like, this baby is in breech. What do we do? And I'm like, I tried to reach the doctor, because now they're like, are you in the package? Are you, what's up? I'm like, no, I was in the package. Then my mom just called the doctor that we were seeing before, because he was more or less a family doctor. And he's like, you know what? I'm actually in hospital. I'd misplaced my keys. That's about 10 p.m. And I'm actually in hospital. Let's book her into theater, everything. I was put into theater. I knew, in a few minutes I'll be out. The way they do it in the movies, they'll yank the baby out like this. It's whatever, it's a girl. And, and we'll all celebrate and life moves on. Hey, I waited. I'm like, what's going on? Because, they had covered me. So I was still awake, but they're like, there's something that's wrong, but they can't figure out what it is. So I went into panic, and they put me completely to sleep. So come the next day, I wake up, you're in the maternity ward. Everybody is being brought for the baby. You're like, okay, maybe mine, because she came a bit early. She must be, maybe they've put her somewhere. So I requested if I can go see my child. And they're like, no, your husband said he wants to make this a moment for us as first-time parents, yeah? So I waited. Then there's a doctor who walked in and told me, your baby will need surgery. Then I'm like, sorry. First of all, I didn't even know him. So I'm like, sorry, you're who? And he introduced himself and told me, yeah, Then he's like, has your doctor come? I'm like, no. Then, he's like, okay, the doctor will come explain to you what's going on. And we take it from there. Hey, did they even wait for anybody to come? I just told the nurse, I am going. I need to go and see what's wrong with the baby. I'm not understanding what the doctor is talking about. And that was the longest walk ever in NICU. First of all, I was like, where is this place? But anyway, you enter NICU, it's babies who've been lined up. You're searching for your baby, because I'm like, I didn't even give them my baby's name, so I wonder what the baby is. Okay, I was like, probably it will be my name on, on maybe the incubator or something. And I walked till the end of the room, and I'm like, where's the child? So as I was walking back, I could see my husband coming in, and that is when I saw my child in the incubator, just lit up like a Christmas tree. Everything that could have gone wrong with the child went wrong. She was completely disfigured. Like her hands were behind her back. I was not even understanding. Her feet were just looking funny, and she had all these tubes, all this, and I'm like, this is my child. No, I'm like, you guys, be serious. Give me my child. Even they're also wondering what happened to the child. So I was just told, you chill, you wait for your doctor. I'm just looking at the child like this. I'm like, hey, what happened to my child? Somebody exchanged my child,